Our next speakers are leading on innovation and empowerment, each in their own way. We know that women are drastically underrepresented in the tech sector. Less than 10% of tech startups have a female founder, and according to Fortune magazine, female founders receive only 2% of venture capital dollars in 2017. The Women for Climate initiative aims to close this gap. Please join me in welcoming to the stage our moderator, Valeria Bessolo Llopiz, Senior Vice President and International Director at ELLE International. Thank you very much. Lyles, Mayor of Charlotte, North Carolina. Big hand again. Alice Zagury, CEO of a family, and the two winners of the Women for Climate Tech Challenge, Ina Braverman from Tel Aviv, Yafo, and Elodie Grimoin from Paris. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Hi, everyone, and welcome. I am so pleased to be here today as the International Director of ELLE to moderate this roundtable, where we will discuss innovation in climate action, how women are reinventing the future. The Women for Climate Tech Challenge is a global competition designed to spark innovation and accelerate climate solutions from women in the tech community to a wide range of urban sustainability issues. Many thanks to all four speakers for coming to contribute to the discussion today. It is my pleasure to introduce you to the following speakers. Mayor Lyles of Charlotte, North Carolina. Mayor Lyles was sworn in as the 59th mayor of Charlotte in December 2017, a democratic leader with the aim of making Charlotte a city where everyone has an equal opportunity to build a happy life and contribute to a thriving community. Alice Zagury, CEO and co-founder of The Family. Alice first discovered the tech world by accident and is now CEO and co-founder of our company, The Family. The Family is a platform that unites entrepreneurs across Europe. With offices in London and Berlin and Paris, this 5-year-old company has contributed to the launch of over 500 startups. Ina Braverman, Tech Challenge winner with EcoWave Power from Tel Aviv. Ina was recently chosen as one of the 100 most influential individuals in the world by Medium.com. From the headquarters in Israel, this entrepreneur has developed technology from extracting energy from the ocean and sea waves and converting it into electricity. And then Elodie Grimoin, Tech Challenge winner for Urban Canopee from Paris. Ellie has an ever-growing passion for nature, biodiversity, and issues related to the management of the environment. A winning project offers innovative solutions to fight against the effect of climate change by deploying plant canopies over the city. Mayor Lyles, how does the city of Charlotte ensure that sustainable innovators can thrive, and what can other cities do to encourage the development of their own innovation hubs?
Well, first of all, thank you for having someone from the States in a very small southern city attend this conference. I want to say that if you read Thomas Friedland, the economist, and he said that the place that's going to be most sustainable is the one that allows people to innovate in their garages, because that person will solve the problems that we have around our energy consumption. And I think that there's a lot of truth to that. There's a truth to having that welcoming opportunity for entrepreneurs to come into your city. Now, often we have zoning rules and laws that prevent people from innovating, and we've got to take a look at taking those off of our books. It's just like the laws and policies that sometimes we build in. we have people pass by us. So we need to be very open as a city, and we are doing that. But I also think it's our partnership with what I believe most people call NGOs, and it's our nonprofits. We have created 3 nonprofits to work with us to first educate our community on sustainability. We have another nonprofit that we've asked to take action for us, to create opportunities for us to participate in the idea of solutions for climate. And then the final thing that I think that we look at is that we have organizations or nonprofits to encourage diversity. One of those is what we call Black Tech. As you can imagine, we try to get people out and diverse people of color to participate when often they don't have that opportunity.
Thank you. Alice, where are the biggest opportunities for climate innovators in cities and urban areas?
Hi everyone, thank you for welcoming me. I'm very happy to be here. So what is the opportunity for us? I believe that today the world has shifted totally with the digital. And what does it mean? It means that we left a world where it was very top-down. You had to wait for the permission, to a much more bottom-up approach, less paternalistic, where anyone can have access to information. You don't need to belong to this business family or to go to this prestigious school to have access to information. You can learn online, you can test, you can sell, and you can grow much more independently. And this is a huge opportunity. What does it mean? It means that there will be more and more entrepreneurs, and I hope more and more female entrepreneurs. More entrepreneurs are creators. They are independent, and they solve problems. Climate issues are a big problem, and it's an opportunity for them. So at the family, we accompany these creators, these entrepreneurs to thrive. We won't select them on this criteria. Do you solve an environmental issue or not? But some of them do. Like, for instance, there is one of my favorite ones. There are 2 sons of farmers, agricool, and they decided to grow strawberries with vertical farming, meaning that we can have containers in the city growing strawberries with no pollution, because you don't have to move it, no GMO and no pesticide. And you can test these strawberries at Monoprix already. It took them 2 years to do this. And it started in the basement of the family. So it goes fast, this opportunity, and it can really change the way we live.
Definitely. Thank you, Alice. Ina, congratulations for having won. Can you tell us about your project and how it is going to help cities tackling climate change?
So our project is basically creating clean energy from ocean and sea waves. Right now, 2/3 of the world population is living on the coastline. So, of course, wave energy can be a very important energy source for that population. According to the World Energy Council, wave energy can produce twice the amount of electricity that the world produces now. Twice the amount of electricity from a fully clean resource, no pollution, no carbon emissions. That's definitely an amazing thing for the society. I think nowadays mayors and cities are starting to understand that there's a great importance to supporting renewable energy projects. You see even children like Greta from Sweden that is striking and not going to school until Sweden takes more initiative for clean energy. And I think it's something, I don't think that all the children should strike, but I think it does show that there's a growing awareness to our health, there's a growing awareness to getting our electricity from renewable energy sources. And I think wave energy will be an important part of the renewable energy mix. I don't believe it should be the only one. I think we should support solar energy, wind energy, wave energy, and all the types of energy together, and only then we can have 100% environmental cities.
Thank you, Ina. And Elodie, congratulations too. Same question, can you tell us about your project and how it is going to help cities tackling the climate change?
Yeah. So in 2016, after the intense heat wave that hit Paris, we decided to create the urban Canopee startups with a researcher from the École des Ponts Paris Tech. So we offer innovative solutions to fight against the effect of climate change by deploying vegetated canopies over the city. Because we all know now that there is no more efficient air conditioning than planned evapotranspiration. And if you vegetalize 25% of a city, so 1/4 of a city, temperatures decrease 2 to 4 degrees. So we decided to create Coral, the first vegetated urban furnitures. So these green canopies create island of freshness, bring back biodiversity, and cleans up the air. It's autonomous, thanks to a solar panel, a water reserve, and an intelligent and connected irrigation system. And Coral is movable without impact on the subsoil, so it can be deployed where it's not possible to plant trees. So, and we really want to propose a low-carbon solution.
Thank you, Elodie. Mayor Lyles, what are the barriers that need to be removed to enable innovation and experimentation on climate solutions in the cities?
I think there are two variables that apply to my city. One is that we were a city built for automobiles, that everyone in the States wanted to be able to drive on a highway at 70 miles per hour. And we have built the city around interstates and highways that we are now trying to shrink, and we call it a road diet, where we take out a lane or 2 lanes. And I've seen that along the riverfront here. But I think that that is a real issue when people want to get their driver's license. Sometimes you'll have a family of 4, and they will have 4 automobiles parked in their driveways. And so that's a real shift. The second thing that I think is the sense of urgency that we lack, because we have not gotten to the point that we are really seeing the impact of climate change. Our energy costs are still low. Right now, you can buy gasoline for your vehicle at one of the lowest price points ever. And so people don't really believe us. So we have to get out, educate, and create more dense environments so that we can begin to build on the change, the science that's out there that shows we have to make these changes by 2030.
Thank you. Alice, what is the role of companies like the family in nurturing the next generation of innovators?
Well, I think that as there are more and more entrepreneurs, there are tools available to start your company, to start your business. What is missing is more the ambition. It's really, and especially for
women,
Europe. For women, I would say like the word ambition itself, the more you use it, the less women will feel that they can join or they can come. And I see it. I heard that just before you were talking about 10% of female founder. Actually, at the family, it's worse. It's 3%. 3%. So we have a big problem on this. And so our role is to focus on education and especially on ambition, taking risk, not being afraid, creating some precedent, welcoming people who've been through it, who are accessible, who share with you what they've done, 1. And 2, this goes along with the paid-forward mindset, meaning being able to open your network to help each other without knowing before how you will get it back, you know? Being confident enough to help each other. And ambition goes along with paid forward. And these 2 things are what we try to teach at the family through online content, offline events that have a lot of impact, I would say. This is the most important.
Okay, thank you, Alice. Ina, at which stage in the creation of your climate solution did you decide to work hand in hand with city government?
So basically, cities for us are a very natural partner because we're installing our floaters that make the electricity on existing breakwaters, piers, jetties, and other type of structures. These structures are usually owned and managed by the cities. So from the beginning, when we wanted to install our first power station, we went to Jaffa Port, which is in Tel Aviv, and we told them about the project. In the beginning, nobody understood what we're talking about, because nobody heard about wave energy in Israel. It was never done before. One of the things they requested is to make insurance to the power station, and you can imagine what it is calling to an insurance company and saying, I want to insure my wave energy power station. It was a bit, they didn't really understand what we're talking about. But basically, the city of Tel Aviv is very welcoming, help us doing our first project. Now we're also expanding it and connecting it to the grid, which will be the first time in history that in Israel wave energy is connected to the grid. We also worked with the government of Gibraltar.
Okay.
Have an operational power station. So again, for us, they're a natural partner because one, they own the structures. And second of all, I think the cities nowadays really care about the well-being of the population. And promoting renewable energy is definitely a part of the well-being of the population. And the last advantage is basically that we install the stations on unused breakwaters. So we don't take any land away from the city. We take basically stones, breakwaters that nobody used. They're just there to break the waves and protect the coastal population and turn it into something that makes clean electricity. So suddenly, something that was never used is a source of renewable energy and profit for the city, which is good.
Elodie, same question.
Yeah.
At which stage in the creation of your solution?
So, first of all, since our foundation, we are helped by the French Ministry of the Environment. So, thanks to the Green Tech label. And so, at the beginning, we wanted to deploy our solution as roof canopies, thanks to our technology that can fit with any desired space. But with the technical and regulatory constraints, we decided to begin with a product on the floor, so like coral, so the first vegetated urban furniture, and has urban furniture, it's on the public space. So we need to work with the city governments and to be hand in hand with them.
Okay, thank you. Mayor Lyles, only 3% of venture capital partners are women. And according to the Women for Climate London case study published by C40 today, startups led by men receive 16 times more funding than those led by women. Definitely one of the biggest barriers to female leadership in these sectors is that venture capital and finance remain male-dominated. How can city help more women to enter into the tech and finance sectors and succeed as entrepreneurs?
Charlotte is the second largest banking center in the United States, just by the way that we wrote our laws. And I'm going to say this, something in jest, but it is also truth, that women live longer than men in the States, and women inherit all of the men's money. And so I think that one of the things we should be doing is making sure that we inherit that money, that we support each other. We've got to change the paradigm no matter what or who passes on before us.
Thank you. Alice, how do tech challenges such as the one run by C40 and the winners help innovators and city? How this kind of challenge can help?
I think what is interesting is to meet people who come from different countries. It creates movements. It's a huge opportunity to be here. And I have to say, this is marvelous, really. It's really impressive. The tech events when you go abroad do not look like this one. That being said, to be purely honest with you, I often tell my startup, don't miss your focus. Don't go after prizes. Don't try to win competitions. Because at the end of the day, you need to sell your product. You are an entrepreneur. You need to create a business that find clients, and you will be independent that way. And with that independence, you will be able to create the pressure you need to change the law if you need it. Lobbying, basically. It doesn't work as simple as that, but you need to be free, you need to be independent.
Yes, but you also need the promotion.
And this is a very good remark, is you need media coverage. It depends. Of course you need it and it can help. There is a phase when you start, it's called previous market fit. I won't give you a business course, but before you have a fit with the market, before this, don't go after journalists. Once you have this market fit, then go after and grab it. And what is cool, actually, is that when you are a woman in business, you are so alone and you're so rare. Nobody, every journalist are welcoming you. So seize this opportunity, obviously, but choose when and choose well.
Okay, thank you, Alice. We have 2 minutes left, so it will be one question for Ina and Elodie. What is the key support you hope to receive from the city of Tel Aviv and respectively from Paris as a result of winning the Women for Climate Tech Challenge? Ina?
The what? Sorry, I didn't.
What is the key support you hope from having won?
Okay, so basically our company already received the financial support from the Energy Ministry of Israel, so we have funding to establish the power station. And what we did right now is assistance with the regulatory process, because wave energy is a source of electricity. So solar and the wind that you already have policy and guidelines, with wave energy don't. So we really need the city to help us with overcoming this barrier.
And Elodie, what kind of supports are you looking for?
For us, thanks to this challenge, so thank you again, we will be able to test and implement our solution in Paris, so in mineral areas or mineral surfaces, and when it's really hot, and to show the impacts we can have against the effect of the urban heat islands. So we are really happy to implement it in Paris, and so yeah.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.